Hi guys! So today we're going to work on some side lying lower extremity strengthening. So I'm going to give you two options for today. So meet me down on your side. You can either lay on your side with your head rested, or you can go on a slightly more advanced version where your elbow is right under your shoulders here. Just make sure that there's a nice line under here and that you're not kind of creeping up on the shoulder. So if you need a little bit of extra support, you can keep your hand here, or you can move it on your hips, wherever. Just make sure that both hips are nice and stacked on top of each other. So we're first going to start. We're going to bend this top leg and extend the bottom leg here. I like to hold on for a little bit of support. So you're going to point your toe and you're going to slowly go up, engaging your inner thigh here, and then lowering down. So we'll do a few of these. Upper body is nice and still. Good, let's do 5 more here, just to warm up the inner thigh. And if you feel like you need a little cushion here, that is totally fine to put a little cushion under your hip. Good, we're gonna hold it up here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Without changing anything, you're gonna go in little clockwise circles. I guess I'm going counterclockwise. Doesn't really matter. We'll do 3 more this direction and then we'll switch. 2, 3, switch directions of the tiny circles, making sure you're creating some good space here. And take a little pause down here. Excellent. So now you're going to extend the top leg. I'm bending the bottom leg, just making sure hips are nice and stacked. If you want that extra cue, you can have your hands on your hip, and you're going to bring your foot up into about hip height, and you're going to slowly come forward and then back, trying to keep your hips as still as possible. So point the toe as you're going forward. You're going to flex it as you go back, really focusing on that extension as you bring that leg back. And meet your body where it's at today. We don't need any big motions. We want nice and controlled, very quiet hips. Let's do 2 more. You might feel the burn right here. Those are your glute meads starting to fire. Last one here. Whew. All right, take it down. You can give yourself a nice little booty hit just to kind of shake it out. Next one I'm gonna have you do are some up downs. So you're going to point that toe. You're just gonna lift until you feel this muscle activate and then lower. We're gonna go for 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, we're gonna hold it up and tiny little circles for 3, 2, 1, reverse the circles, 3, 2, 1. All right, lower it down. Give yourself a nice little booty bump. Make sure that your shoulder is nice and aligned. Last round on this side, we're gonna do a little bit of a Passé, Développé. I'm not too sure how to do it. I don't have a ballet background, but let's have legs straight. You're gonna go up, bend, and smooth out. So up, bend, and lower. Keeping that toe nice and pointed. Trying to keep that hip as nice and stacked as possible. Let's do 2 more. Last one here. Excellent. So while we're still on this side, we're gonna do a little bit of a side lift. So let's start on our knees today. You can have this hand here for some separation. If you're down on the bottom, come up on your shoulder or stay here. And then you're gonna take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the hips up and lower it down. Let's do a few more. Lift, lower, 2 more, lift, and lower. Good. Take a little break. If you want a slightly advanced version, you can straighten this top leg. So we'll do 3 more on this side. You're gonna lift and lower. If you want, you can have your hands on your hips. Lift and lower. Last one. And lower. Excellent, good. Now let's switch over to the opposite side. Whatever you did on the first side, do the same here. So first leg crosses, bottom leg extends. You're gonna point that toe and inner thigh is gonna reach up towards the ceiling, creating space between your shoulder and your neck. Excellent, keep going. We'll do a few more here. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up, little tiny circles clockwise. And switch directions. Hold it, 3, 2, 1, and lower everything down. Good. Bend both legs. You're going to extend the top one, bring it up to about hips distance, and you're going to point forward, flex the toe back, creating nice hip extension here. And we'll go for 10, 9, trying to keep your hips nice and still, 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4, we're feeling the burn, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here, little tiny circles, we got it. 4, 3, 2, 1, switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower it down. Woo. Excellent. Let's extend the bottom leg here, making sure hips are nice and stacked. We're going to come up, bend, making sure the knee is bent open. And you're going to slide down. Let's do a few more. Up, down. Kind of a variation of a Jane Fonda. Let's do 3 more. 2 and 3. Good. Lower that down. Now, bend those knees for me, making sure shoulder is right under elbow. We're going to come up. So lift. 1, 2, and 3. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. If you want a slight challenge, you can extend the top leg. And we're gonna go again for, let's go for 5. So we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Nice, good work. Let's come to a nice seated position, almost like a crisscross. We're just gonna do a little bit of a mermaid just to stretch it out, making sure everything is forward. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, switch over sides. Stretch out the sides here. All right, and that concludes our short sideline day. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.